Hello, my name is Tanya Smagaki, and I'm here today with Vantage Ventures. I'm the head of community and partnerships, and we're very fortunate at Vantage Ventures to have a growing community of entrepreneurs who are building cool companies here in West Virginia. By supporting teams of creative thinkers and problem solvers and leveraging the untapped resources that exist in West Virginia, Vantage Ventures aims to build companies across infrastructure, energy, data and IoT, life sciences, and the security sectors. This initiative was brought forward with John Chambers School of Business and Economics at West Virginia University. It serves to launch high-impact, scalable businesses to tackle complex problems. Joining us today for our Vantage Ventures Spotlight, we welcome Jennifer Knipe. She's a female entrepreneur and West Virginia alumni. She's a lead scientist of biomaterial development at MycoWorks. So let's hear from Jennifer on how her incredible work is making waves in advancing biotechnologies to benefit the world's supply chain and enable new design possibilities. So welcome, Jennifer. We're so glad to have you here.
Thanks, Tanya.
She is joining us also from California, so I appreciate all of her help. So can you just tell me a bit about MycoWorks and your role in the company today?
Yeah, so MycoWorks is a biotech startup here in the Bay Area in California, and we've developed fine mycelium. So this is a proprietary technology. It's really unique. We're using mushroom mycelium to grow a natural material. And what is so exciting about this natural material is that it has the same performance in terms of the strength and durability as the finest animal leathers. So we're hoping that our material can be a substitute or an alternative for animal leathers that has a much lower environmental impact.
Wonderful. So what were you doing before MycoWorks, and what motivated you to pivot from the world of academia into the role of entrepreneur?
Yeah, before MycoWorks, I was working at Lawrence Livermore National Lab as a material scientist there, and I was in the Materials for Energy and Climate Security group. We were working on a lot of projects that were upgrading waste streams to something more valuable and useful. And I really liked working there. It was so fun. I loved the projects. I loved how applied they were. And a lot of them were getting to the point where they really were becoming quite mature and almost ready to be taken to the next step and commercialized. But national labs aren't really well suited to that process, and it requires an industry partner. So I decided that I really wanted to be part of that scale up and the commercialization and the launch process. So I made the pivot from the national lab to actually joining a startup where I can be hands-on working in that role.
What are some of the biggest obstacles that you feel are facing female entrepreneurs, and what's one thing that must be changed immediately?
Because of my background as a scientist, I think I relate. I think some of the issues that are found in the world of research and science are also found in the world of being an entrepreneur. And one of the biggest ones is attrition with females in these fields. And I don't know if you've seen the documentary Picture a Scientist that came out earlier this year. But that just really hits the nail on the head. And I relate it especially to, they talk about the leaky pipeline and how women in science and research fields, and I believe the same is true for entrepreneurs, that they might try to get into this field, stick around for a little while, but then over time they're disappearing. They're just not lasting long term. And it dug into some of the reasons for this. And one that I related most to is this issue of microaggressions that come up with different biases, such as gender biases. And, these may seem small at the surface, but they make you feel uncomfortable. But you think, oh, it's just this one time, it's not going to happen again. But then they keep happening over and over. And over time, these build up, and it leads to women exiting these fields. And this is just one of many reasons for this leaky pipeline, but it's the one that I identified with most. And I think it's one of the easiest that we can tackle as a community. We can call it out, suggest alternatives, remedy the situation, create a culture that's more inclusive and supportive, and providing the resources that women need to be successful.
What advice would you give to a female entrepreneur or even to a young female engineering student who maybe aspires to be an entrepreneur?
For me, I think intuition is super, super helpful. If you have a good feeling about something, lean into it and go for it. If you have a bad feeling about something, explore that a little bit. And if you're unsure and if you have doubts, this is where your mentor and your network becomes extremely valuable, because they can help fill in data or information that you might not have, to help you make a better decision and feel firm again in your footing.
Would you have any outside resources, meetup groups, local entrepreneur events or accelerators that you participate in that you could recommend to some of our aspiring entrepreneurs that have helped you grow?
Personally, I've been involved in the National Lab Accelerator Program, and that was in partnership with a local incubator and accelerator in Livermore. And also through the National Lab, I was connected with FedTech Startup Studio, which pairs groups of entrepreneurs with federally developed technologies to help launch them to commercialization. So those are all things that I've participated in, and I definitely recommend.
Thank you for those. And I guess I will wrap up with our final question. The commitment it takes to scale a startup is similar to hiking to the top of a mountain. And Lord knows we have plenty of those in West Virginia. So Jennifer, can you tell us your favorite place in the Mountain State?
This is a really tough one because there's so many places that I love and that are really beautiful in West Virginia. I think one that I visited a lot growing up and definitely still stands out in my memory is Cooper's Rock State Forest. Love it there. Miss it. Can't wait to get back soon.
Well, we hope to see you this fall. That's always my favorite season there. And I'd like to just thank you so much for your time today. And please join us next time. We're going to be having these spotlights throughout the months. And Jennifer, good luck to you. And thank you again for your time.
Thank you, Tanya.